Hello, and welcome to Khyber Shards, a 5th edition actual play show set in the Eberron campaign world. Casey, what happened last time?
It's me. I'm going to tell you. Pog
Usually followed by words.
I know. I was like, what happened? Pog is being a good Solarka friend, and they're spending a lot of time together. I know, I'm sorry, I just totally lost words. Solarka asked Pog how he got in the program, and Pog shared. It's the first time that he has shared that with anybody because his absolutely terrible friends never asked him, according to Pog.
And he also said he wouldn't have told them.
We're all jerks.
We're all jerks. Shade just
I love
got
that this
the
moment was spun
explanation.
around to be about everybody else, though. That's my favorite part about this whole thing. I could argue against, but my point is being proven by the players. Thanks, Gal. Here we go.
You're welcome. Ari met with lots of different groups to see who we could ally ourselves with. Esri was visited by Mirabella and then got rid of that magic and ended the conversation. He hung up on her real quick. He did refuse to tell her who had the sword. And then the city came crashing down.
New greenhouse, who dis?
The Falconer's Tower crashed on the city of Stormreach. And that's where we ended. That's where Philip decided to end the episode.
It's true. That is what I did.
How dare he?
That's right.
Monster.
So, back at the mansion. Esri, you come briskly walking into the mansion. You know, walking steadily, but not like anything terrible's happening. And do what?
I mean, do I know where she is? Because if I don't, then I'll
Probably,
go to her office
yeah.
first. Okay,
Yeah.
so wherever she is, I will go find her.
Okay. Yeah, you come in and head into the library. Yeah, I'd really say you meet Thora coming out of her office in the library. She looks at you.
Man, I was doing so well. Jalere. Okay. I'll walk into the library and... Hi, Jalere. And then... The statue.
No, I
Oh, okay. that was her. Not
I'm
you.
being Thora. Yes.
Yeah, gotcha. Something very bad is happening in the city. I don't think it's my... It could be my... It could be... Are the kids in there?
No.
It could be Lady Mirabella. She contacted me just now, and I told her that I won't tell her where the sword is. And then something terrible started happening in the city. It doesn't seem like her type of thing, but maybe you should come outside, probably.
She walks to the windows around the library and looks out, looks over. You can see the plume of dust and smoke from the marketplace. Sovereigns. Where's everyone else? At which point I imagine Shade comes bursting in.
I don't know.
The Falconer's Tower has
Oh.
fallen, and
Sure.
Pog and Ari are down there, and they didn't respond when I contacted them, and so we have to go get them now. And she turns around and calls for Cal, and just like sprinting
Let's
back
go,
out.
Shade. Homie status.
Yeah, you and Cal go sprinting off, presumably towards the stairs. Thora pauses in thought a moment and then walks out into the foyer, Arlo. And Arlo, you hear from the sitting room adjacent to the foyer, you hear Arlo's voice stop, and he comes over to the door and opens it. Something's happening in the city. I'm going out. Keep the kids here. At which point you see Donnabella's head poke around Arlo. What's happening in the city?
Pip just below. Whoa.
Stay here. And Thora also heads to the door. What's Ezra doing?
Should I go?
There are going to be a lot of hurt people down there.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Ezra will walk briskly towards the stairs.
Okay. There are going to be a lot of hurt people down there. Donnabella darts around Arlo, probably followed by some of the other kids, and bursts out through the doors. You see Donnabella look from the elevated porch at the front of the mansion out at the city and then go, "Mom!" and just takes off running.
Nasaria follows her.
I'll
Yeah.
grab for Donnabella if I can do that.
Pip was right there with her.
You'll grab for what? Okay. Make an opposed dexterity check. Grabbing a kid is definitely an act of dexterity more than strength.
Okay. Instead, can I use the Fey Ivy? If she comes next to me, I will use the Fey Ivy to grapple her, and so she makes a dexterity. I gotta go find the card. It's in this one. No, open original. Give me the big version. Okay.
I will tell you now, she has rolled a natural 19.
Huh.
So, you reach out, the ivy lashes out from the seed in your hand, and starts to, and you see just a flash through Donnabella's eyes, and a bit of stone tears off the side of the porch and whips through the ivy between you and her, and then she turns and keeps running, unicorn cloak flowing.
What are you going to do? I can heal them. You can't.
Not an answer. She's running. Apparently Nasaria is following her.
Pip was right alongside out the doorway. He's following wherever.
And
It's not a good choice, but it's Pip.
Okay,
Nasaria is telling Ezri as she passes, "I'll take care of them."
I mean, and Kara says to Ezri as she runs by, "I'll take care of her." And
That's wonderful.
guys, my brain won't think of my kid's name. It's 3 letters.
Mo.
That's 2 letters. That's short.
Mo.
it's
Mo.
Larry or Curly, Shemp, fake Shemp. No, Curly Joe.
Mo trots by. Maybe it'll be dark. I don't know. Ezra reaches up to tap his communicator and okay, it's not there.
All right, so we are entering into a skill challenge regarding your reaction to the earthquake. By the time Shade gets to the ground has stopped shaking. You can hear the chaos just roiling through the city. There's dust and smoke everywhere. And it is absolute chaos. And you're welcome to react however you want. There are cries for help. There are obviously hurt people a lot of places. Shade, you hear Thora on your communicator as you're going down the stairs. Shade, there's going to be a lot of hurt people down there. And then Thora sprints down the stairs and into the smoke. So, we're going to do a skill challenge here.
I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Maybe you can just tell me, or I can roll insight. Is that like a caution or a like
Or beckoning.
right? Yes. Thank you.
I'll let you decide how Shade's mind would interpret it. Certainly what Thora was trying to indicate to you was there are people in need of help.
Okay.
Obviously, Shade also cannot communicate with her friends right now. So I totally leave it to you how your character responds to that. But yes, Thora is trying to let you know there's people in need of help out here. So we're just going to go around and make rolls. Now,
Can I instead
things being as the... Give me
at
one
the
second
start
to
of
finish this
this,
on. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. I'll cover it later. I'm sorry.
Okay. Being in the city, in the chaos that this is, with things falling and holes in the ground now, because all of you know, and for the more clear-minded of you, it might still be in your mind, but Stormreach is on top of just a warren of tunnels and catacombs and older ruins, and so there's fissures in the ground now and collapsed buildings and panicked crowds, and so taking an action in this skill challenge requires that you push.
Oh. Boo.
So pushing will be more expensive. Pushing your roll will be more expensive.
Oh, because it's your second push on
Yes.
the roll.
So that is
Oh, that's devious.
ain't I a stinker? So RA, you were gonna just-
Yeah. So as my first turn, if that's okay.
Sure.
So, I was perusing my character sheet the other day and found something that I have never paid attention to since I created the character, although I definitely play the character this way. I have an actual mechanic that relates to the fact that Ezri's never just like running around. I have the City Secrets feature, which means when moving through a city that I know, I move twice as fast as other people because I know all the best shortcuts. So, I will follow the kids down and like note the way they're going, take the shortcut and appear in front of them. And be like,
Okay.
stay with me. I know the best ways, and I can find them.
Awesome. Pitch me the skill you would like to use to do that. What's a skill you'd like to roll to accomplish what you're trying to do here?
Well, it would have to... Well, this is terrible. It would have to be persuasion. I'm trying to persuade them to stick with me. by.
You could say "or else" at the end to make it intimidation.
That's the
It's
same.
that you startled them. You just sort of manifest out of the smoke.
That's the same thing. It's for me.
You could say you're lying.
So I need to push to do persuasion.
Yep. You have to. Yes.
15. 15's pretty good.
15. Okay. Yeah. So by the time you step out, so going through your shortcut, you immediately realize the problem. Some of your shortcut is still there, but some of your shortcut is not there anymore. Nonetheless, you manage to come back out and intercept the kids. By the time you do, they're not running anymore. Like, they're at a loss. The city is full of dust and smoke. You can already feel it caking on your skin. And they are completely bewildered. And so your arrival is just in time. As for some of the kids, panic is near. And so Annabelle looks up. You can find Mom?
I think so. Eventually, we need to find the strike force first, and then we can all look for your mom together.
She could be hurt.
As could they. We one at a time.
Okay. Ari. The ground stops shaking, and you push the piece of roof that slid off onto you aside and look out into the smoke-filtered, sunlit world that is all around you now.
Okay.
What does Ari do?
I mean, Ari would immediately look around, having just had a wall fall on him. His initial thought would be to look for any imminent threats, but then if there are any people trapped under debris and rubble and things like that, he would immediately go to try and help with that.
Okay.
So
There definitely are. Yeah, lots of buildings have collapsed. Pitch me a skill.
I mean, Ari would want to help people trapped under rubble, people that are hurt, things like that, get them not in that way. Ari knows his own capability when it comes to things like athletics and strength and things like that. So I would like to pitch, while I don't really have a skill, I would like to maybe make an athletics check, but based off of my charisma instead of my strength, because that's my spellcasting modifier. I flavored Ari as telepathic, telekinetic, so him using his mark and his innate powers to try and accomplish those things. If that is possible.
I accept your proposal to, to represent your telekinetic abilities in that way. That's fine, yeah.
Okay. So let me push. And I am just going to roll intimidation, because that's based off charisma, but I'm not proficient in it. So 18.
Nice.
So
you clamber out of the rubble and work your way down the street, hearing cries. You can see people trying to heave a beam that's fallen and is obstructing a person's ability to get out of a half-collapsed building, and focusing. What does it look like? What does Ari do?
Yeah, I mean, Ari initially goes up and just tries to physically pull it up, and as he's like struggling and straining against it, his mark begins to glow that shadowy grayish light as the beam begins to float up away from his hands, him not even really realizing what's happening initially, and then he kind of, his eyes go wide as he like guides his hands and flings it off, and then helps the person to their feet insofar as they can stand.
Awesome.
But looking very confused about what just happened.
A hand grabs you, like lands on your shoulder, a big, strong hand, and you whip around, and you see the dark brown skin. You almost don't recognize the person you were in a meeting with, because Drogothul has very dark brown skin, and it is just caked white with dust and ash, and you can really only see because you can tell that he's sort of like pushed it away from his eyes, and so there's this almost like, you know, war paint like strip of exposed skin where he's pushed the dust away. He says, "You can do that?
Yeah.
Go with us."
What do you need?
And
All right.
he turns, and a group of his men fall in alongside him, and they move with you, beginning to try and clear obstructions. Hog, you've got Solarka's hand. There's smoke everywhere. Something hit you. You're turned around. You're probably still in the marketplace and sort of near maybe the blacksmith shop.
Yeah, we just ran outside.
What do you do?
We were there during our time. This is after hours. Are Hular or the brothers there? Or was it just
they weren't.
us?
Yeah, the shop had closed up. It's late in the day. But yeah.
Then Pog will check on Solarka first and make sure she's okay.
Okay. I think so. You can just barely see kind of a silhouette in the swirling dust because of how close she is. At least I am still standing.
Pog is going to bring his face right up into hers and say, "People need help. I have to help."
Yes, of course we do.
And then, I mean, you said that I was right there at the Falconer's Tower, right? I mean, how far from, can I see, do I know
far
where
enough away
it
that
landed?
you weren't immediately killed, but
Right.
yeah, it's in the middle of the market. Hular's place is more out on the periphery of it, so you would know, assuming you can get your bearings, you would want to move towards the middle if you're trying to get to the rubble of the tower.
That's the plan. Is if she's joining, it'll be kind of a loose handhold that I've got on her, so she can join if she wants, or she's good to stay. And he's going to move into that direction and trying to go in a straight and back direction until everything clears. The goal is to go grab 2 bodies and return to the smith shop with them, to set them in front of that and make that the base of the Hacksaw Ridge operation here.
Okay, so it sounds like the challenge here is not slinging bodies over your shoulder. We all know Pog's very capable of that. It sounds like the challenge here is finding your way through the just intensely thick smoke to and from. What do you want to roll to do that?
Because there's going to be so much debris for me to clamber and to move around, and to maneuver off of potentially crushed people, I would say that it would require me to be pretty athletic.
Okay, I accept that reasoning.
Okay, good.
I see you trying
Okay,
to work
so-
your way around perception.
100%. 100%. I mean, if I step on a rock and someone goes, "Ow!" I think that'll be obvious.
Right.
Okay, so first roll is a single push and cost.
Correct.
Oh, this hurts because normally I would I would push this. It's just a 12.
So as you're working your way in with Solarka, you suddenly hear a sound above you, and looking up, you really only get silhouettes because there's sun coming through the smoke, which the sun's low, and so it's just like red sky above you now. You can see the silhouette of one of the loading arms of the Falconer's Tower coming down. It's falling weirdly slowly. And then you realize why. It's because it's pulling an airship down.
Oof.
Oh no, that's not what I thought was happening.
So you look up in time to see the airship come smashing into the side of the wreckage, and you take cover, duck. Go ahead and take 6 more damage from debris, and then suddenly there's this diffused source of light as the airship's elemental breaks loose.
Cool.
And this living being of fire rears up
Why fire?
in the... Yeah.
Airship.
They frequently use fire elementals for propulsion. They do sometimes use
Propulsion.
air elementals. There are schools of thought as to which is superior, but both air and fire elementals fly, and so they both function well as
Cool.
as propulsion for airships. Rears up and just begins to flow through the rubble, and of course there's lots of flammable things lying around here, and so in its wake things begin to catch fire.
Yeah.
Shade.
I don't have anything for putting fires out. I just make them.
There is an adage about how to deal with fire and what you're supposed to fight it with, though.
Try it.
So
Maybe it'll work.
I do not recommend that in the case of fire elementals.
I don't
Shade.
think Shade would know where Ari was, but she would know where Pog is. And so she heads towards the direction of Solarka's shop, but she stops to help along the way. She's not ignoring the cries for help. So I would like to argue survival roll.
Okay, for trying to find your way through the chaos,
We're trying to not die.
trying to get
Trying
to the
to
right
survive.
place.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and help people along the way to survive. See?
Not
hey,
strictly the use of
that's-
survival, but
that's the name of the skill, Philip. You can't argue with that.
go ahead and roll. Take your damage and roll.
Ooh, take your damage and roll.
That's not great.
Yeah,
Push
join me
it.
here, Casey.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
I think I will push it.
Okay. Take another 8 damage.
Yeah, these multiplying.
I'm glad I did. 26 is much better than my 13.
26 is
Almost
better
double.
than 13. It's in fact twice as good.
Good at math.
So what do you picture? What is Shade helping people as you go look like? As you and Cal race through Cal has never, by the way, Ezri would be thrilled, Cal has never looked less ostentatious. It's just a layer of dust and soot covering
Pure
Cal's
gray.
rainbow fluorescence.
I picture the survival skill being helpful because she is adept at, navigating through forests and trees and overgrown brush, and so I see her being able to get to people that are crying out for help that other people can't figure out how to weave their way to, but she's navigating the rubble to get to them.
Awesome. Okay. Yes, you begin to help people out. You and Cal, between you, begin to pull people out of wreckage and from under things as you very slowly, because you are stopping to help, make your way into the city towards the very epicenter of this, towards the marketplace.
And periodically, she is just yelling out for Pog and Ari on her communicator.
Ari, you probably hear her this point.
Hey, Shade.
You're okay!
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm in Grindstone with the Swords of Karn, helping people. Where are you?
I am, well, just at the bottom of the steps. I imagine she doesn't make it very far from the school, right? But I am, yes, also helping people, but trying to get closer to the city center.
All right. Any idea what happened?
The Falconer's tower fell. It swayed and fell.
Do you see any, do you think it was just an earthquake?
I don't know. The ground rippled, so...
Oh, I know. It kicked my butt. I had a wall fall on me. Yeah.
I'm so glad you're okay.
Me too. I'm glad you're okay as well. Are the kids okay?
I don't know. They
Fair
were
enough.
at the school when it fell, so I think so? Haven't heard from Pog.
So they're at the school?
Yes.
Okay, good. That's where they should be. Good. I haven't heard from Pog. Pog, are you on the line, buddy?
You cannot hear them, Pog.
There is a
There's
fire
still-
elemental.
Okay. Round 2. You
Gonna
may
hurt.
use the same skill again, but using the same skill again costs you a double push.
Does round 2...
Okay.
Are we still at only one push consequence?
If you use a different skill.
It only costs us
Right.
4
Use a
to
different
roll
skill.
something different.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that was very tricksy.
So proud of himself.
Yeah.
All right. Back around to you.
So I will say, Mo, hat off, do your thing. Stay at the back, no one fall behind Mo. And then I will cast Locate Creature, knowing that Ari, where Ari said he was going, would be further away than where Pog would be. I will cast Locate Creature on Pog, and
Is the range of locate creature more than 1,000 feet?
it is not. It's 1,000 feet, but it lasts for an hour. So as we move
Okay.
towards the market,
Good thinking.
I'll have that up.
Okay. Is there a roll you would like to?
Oh, does it not
Make
cost
here?
me a push to? Okay.
No, to cast the spell. No.
Okay. I mean, I want to make sure I don't lose any of the kids. I don't want to waste a
Very real
perception.
and a reasonable concern.
I kind of don't want to waste a perception check though, but it's fine. My perception's huge, so yeah. I'll just
All right.
as we move, I'll just basically just keep back, looking for the beacon of Mo, and trying to make sure we're all there.
That's delightful. Take inspiration for that idea, by the way. I like that a lot.
Okay.
And then give me your perception roll.
25 perception.
Least likely mother duck in the party begins to lead a small trail of children through a disaster zone. Esri at the front, Mo, hair aglow at the back, marking the rear of the line. People screaming, people crying out, fires, little collapses of things that have become unstable as you move along. Ari.
Yeah, I mean, Ari would be following Drago's lead, but probably if there are more physically capable individuals amongst the retinue of Swords of Karn to pull rubble off of people,
You definitely are.
Ari would fall much more, unless Drago Thule is actively asking Ari to use that ability to witness. Ari would be trying to organize people into an orderly manner to safety, like trying to get people up, calm them down, get them, like, if there's like a water station that's been set up, like trying to manage traffic in the chaos.
Okay.
So
What role would you like to make?
Persuasion.
That sounds viable.
If I cast, it's only creatures in a 20-foot radius sphere. I have calm emotion, so I was going to try to do that to kind of bring everything down, but I'll just roll. 19.
Awesome. Well done. What does this look like?
So yeah, I mean, Ari would fall in line with the rest of the Swords of Karn, but then as they start lifting rubble and helping people up, Ari just talking in a very like calm, collected voice, trying to keep bring adrenaline down and things like that. And if there's not already something set up, like finding an area with some intact seating or rubble that could act as seating to get people in positions where they can rest, recuperate. If there are other people around that are able to help, sending them to go get water, blankets, things like that, to get people in a better way. And then also shouting, calling for anybody with a decent medicine skill to get over here and help patch wounds and stuff like that. Because Ari's got a -1 in medicine, so he would just poke things and make it worse. So, yeah.
As you move through the streets with the Swords of Karn, you come around a corner and probably freeze. You're on the outer part of the city. The smoke isn't quite as bad. You have a little bit more visibility. You probably freeze because coming around the corner are a line of skeletons.
What?
followed by what you would certainly recognize as a priestess of the Blood of Vol.
Okay.
And as you watch, you see her point, and the skeletons just swarm over some rubble and begin forcing gaps in it. You watch as the skeleton heaves something up, and the legs of it just crush under it, and other skeletons come in and just heave up, and people begin to scamper out of the collapsed building.
Takes all kinds.
And then the work crew of macabre rescuers moves down the lane.
Had us in the first half.
Hog.
Hi.
You see the fire elemental move off in a direction. Falconer's Tower's rubble is still somewhere ahead of you.
Unless I'm actively hearing new screams from where the elemental is heading, like it's leaving more pain behind it, going to continue forward.
It's obviously setting fire to things as it goes. That's about what you can tell.
Yeah, I just don't have anything to do for that. I mean, I guess I could pull an Ari and take my shirt off and swat at the fires, but that's all I could do. So I'm gonna not
When
do
has
that.
Ari ever done that?
Taking your shirt off?
Taking his shirt off?
No, taking my shirt off to swat at fires.
No, taking
That's
the shirt
ridiculous.
off is pulling
Your
an
shirt would
Ari.
Just catch on fire.
Just saying what I would do afterwards with the shirt. This time it would serve a purpose. So I'm going to carry on with the original plan. Move forward.
It serves a purpose.
Move forward with trying to
Works
save
40%
some,
of the time. Every time.
Every time.
to pull some people out.
Okay, what role would you like to make in support of this?
How far? Okay, well,
You can see the hulk of the base of the tower that's still there, rearing up ahead of you. You can see from a darkness that you're not far from the tower, and you're starting to come to enormous pieces of wreckage that have crashed down with the tower.
Since we've established that the strength required for this task is not really a concern, I'm gonna pitch that I'm trying to investigate the area and see what I can find. See who
Okay.
I can find.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Sure. Give me that roll.
It's a 17.
17. Okay, with Solarka's help, you begin to you watch the fire elemental head off, and you begin to pick your way through the wreckage. You, the immediate and obvious source of people in need of rescue is the airship, and so you and Solarka clamber into the airship and begin pulling crew out. Most of them are okay, having not been on the ground when the earthquake struck and having come down after. But you manage to pull them out and start to move into the wreckage. Shade.
I would like to cast Speak with Animals, and I would like to organize
Okay.
critters to lead survivors like out of the rubble and other people who are helping to where people are.
First of all, you get inspiration for this idea because that's just delightful. So yes, you cast that. This sounds like it would be a roll of animal handling.
I was gonna ask. 25.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
The reality is you're talking to just an enormous number of rats and vermin and things that are just pouring up out of the wreckage in the catacombs. But yeah, so suddenly there are now survivors being led away by troops of rats and mice and weasels and all sorts of other other creatures that live in the underbelly of the city.
Inverse Pied Piper situation here.
Uh-huh. Weirdest Disney princess is our shade.
Valid.
Alt Disney princess.
Yes.
Okay. Moving into round 3. Same rules apply. If you want to use a skill you've used before, costs you double. Esri, you finally get a ping on Pog, I'm going to say, as you lead the kids through the wreckage. It's taken a long time. Like, it's taken a while getting here. But you do finally get a feel on Pog from your spell.
Okay. I mean, heading directly to him as best I can.
Okay.
what would it be to try to pick your way quickly through a changed landscape?
I mean, the obvious answer to that is either athletics or acrobatics.
I mean, I'm willing to do that. I'm thinking more about like being smart about it, like picking out the fast ways.
Survival, possibly investigation.
I can do survival.
I think either of those could
Alright.
be plausibly used here.
4 for this. Good roll. 22.
Nice. So pretty soon, you can feel yourself getting closer and closer to Pog. Pog, as you are helping someone out of some rubble, you see a strange green glow floating towards you through the smoke.
Unrecognizable.
Yeah, I mean, certainly under the circumstances, yeah.
Pog will point in that direction with Solarka's attention and go, "Oh, what now?"
Which you hear as
Me, it's me now, and the kids.
Who's me now?
Oh, come on.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
Mo definitely runs out of line because the Kolos Crusher is near.
No.
Why are you
Wait,
guys
did River
here?
come?
I didn't see her come.
1, 2, 3. Okay. Are you hurt?
No.
Okay.
No. Are they?
No.
Why are you guys here?
We came to look.
Donabella wanted
Mom.
to find her mom, and then Esri talked us out of doing that.
We're going to do
So
that
now we're
after we
here.
find all of you. We need.
Well, did you
Shade ran off. I don't know
Oh.
where, and Ari. Also, I can't communicate with anybody. I don't know if Ari's okay.
Yeah. Okay.
We're not that
Tara
far
has
from
an
my
apple,
house.
by the way.
True.
You're right. Let me finish pulling these people out of this wreck, and we will head to find your mom
Is
immediately.
Ari okay?
I don't
Why?
know. I will find. I've been kind of
Do the
doing
thing.
things.
We've been helping people. An airship almost fell on his head.
Get him, Solarka.
Pog does touch the communicator. Ari, are you alive still?
Hey, buddy. We were trying to get in contact with you. How's it going?
It's bad. The whole city broke.
Shade.
Yes, he's okay.
Shade,
I'm
are
so
you
glad.
there?
Thank
You
you.
hear the Pog's good?
Hi, Shade. Where are you guys?
I'm up in Grindstone helping the Swords of Karn with the wreckage and helping people.
Is that where you are, Shade?
No.
Oh. Okay. I have Solarka and Esri and the kids. So
Why are the kids
I
with
have
you?
asked that same question. They're not with me. They're with Esri, and now Esri's with me. I was here with Solarka.
Didn't Thora specifically tell Esri to not get the kids involved in
I don't
stuff?
know. I was here with Solarka. Stop yelling at me. I don't
Doors
have
are
this
also
answer.
in the city.
We have to go find Mrs. B after this because Donabella and the kids are really nervous. So there was an airship crash, and we're helping with that, and then gonna go find her.
A what?
Yes, the whole city's broken right now.
I could send some rats to help her.
I don't think we're there yet.
Okay.
I don't know. There's a lady here with skeletons helping people, so all hands on deck. I
Maybe
think.
send the rats to the skeletons then, because I don't want the rats. But thank you,
You're
Shade.
welcome.
Is it clear that, well, is the tower rubble unstable? I don't... Or is it all settled now?
It's just fallen, so you would imagine a lot of it is probably unstable. The base of the tower is still somewhat standing. Obviously, it's not going to have broken off clean, but the foundation base of the tower is still rising up quite high. But the upper portion of the tower, more than half of it, has come down.
And how much... What? Okay, very specific. What is the radius of the rubble? And really just, what is the radius of the rubble in relationship to 100 feet? Is that dramatically bigger than the rubble?
Radius of 100 feet, so a circle 200 feet
Pretty big.
across, right? That would be the radius of 100 feet. That would get a lot of it, I would think. I mean, a big
Right.
tower fell, and so there's bits of it that have just crashed in all sorts of parts of the city. But the portion around the base of the tower, a radius of 100 feet, would get a lot of it. We're not talking about a skyscraper. It's not that, it wasn't like super wide around to begin in that sense. So,
I just don't know if this is a good idea or not.
so I would say I'd say just for sake of it, the base of the tower is probably a diameter of 100 feet, so you'd get like another 100 feet of rubble around the tower in a spell that had that sort of diameter. Okay, well you have a moment to think about it because it's Ari's turn.
Okay, so what's happening at this point in Grindstone with the Swords of Karn and everything? Like, paint me a word picture.
So as you've gone, more and more Swords of Karn have appeared, have rallied to Drago. If nothing else, somewhere afterwards, when you're allowed to think clearly, you'll be impressed by the organization of the Swords of Karn, because it seems as though everywhere you go, every time you go around a corner, you find a squad of swords moving through the rubble doing something, as if it becomes fairly obvious that there's some kind of organizational scheme by which if something bad happens, you go here, you rally with your squad, and you start dealing with it. Like, it's...
Okay.
And so the organization here is pretty strong, and they're getting it done. You see clerics. There aren't a lot of clerics with the Blood of Vol, but there are some seeker clerics who are starting to administer healing to the injured. Drago has commandeered a more or less intact building, and he's had you directing people there as a shelter for the moment.
Okay.
While the cleanup continues.
I have a pitch for you, Philip. Obviously, we're assisting people that are obviously in duress out in the streets, but there would be a concern for people that were in their homes and stuff, and there was structural issues there, people trapped. So I would like for Ari to be able to direct people, like Swords of Karn that aren't actively helping anybody, to sections of Grindstone that would be particularly susceptible to cave-in, using history, knowing the layout of the city, and because it's ruins, where the city would be least structurally sound.
I like that. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
You can do that.
Natural 20, 27.
Hey, look at you.
Well done. Well done.
All right, so you guys have been very successful, but pulling back the curtain slightly, failed roll caused a hazard to manifest. You've just rolled a critical success. Pitch me something beneficial that either, like, you can pitch me someone gets involved, appears, that's helpful to you. You can pitch me a benefit here. Genesis
Okay,
terms, you
I
rolled a
have an-
triumph. Give me a...
Yeah. I have an idea. I'm just going to look at the Stormreach map real quick. Oh my god, I just clicked on Google Maps like at the top bar instead of images when I typed in Stormreach.
How many miles are we from Stormreach, Eric?
All
It's
of
the best
them.
route.
Okay, perfect. Just because this also serves Ari's long-term goals. The structural soundness of the next district over, Oldgate, was more sound than Southwatch and Grindstone and all of that. So in the wreckage and chaos that the city is undergoing, the Knights of Thrain are coming in to assist in helping people in the Karnathi district because they want to protect people. So
Yes, of course they are. That is the calling of the flame. So yes, absolutely. As you push towards the outskirts of Grindstone, the center being fairly well, and Drago is clearly quartering his district in a much more methodical manner than a lot of places. Yeah, you see. Oh man, your contact.
Lady Taurus.
Taurus. You see Taurus leading a troop of knights through the wreckage, heaving rubble aside. They've got a cleric following along, healing as they go. You can see blood injuries on them, but they're pushing forward. And yeah, there's no. This is a good choice of two fairly sensible paramilitary organizations. There's no conversation about turf. In this moment, that's not important to Drago or to the Knights, and so there's none of that. It's just falling in. It's the rivalry is unimportant here. So, yeah, absolutely, very cool. Okay, Pog.
Mm-hmm. Have we had? I mean, we're playing with time here outside of regular standard rules. Have we cleared the airship? Are we?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, the way this is right now, we've cleared. He's gonna turn to Esri and say, "Okay, so we're supposed to go to Miss B's house. Where is she? Are we hunting her?"
I think she's at home. I mean, I don't know if she was at the house or out running errands or something, but that's where I would start.
Find
Okay.
her.
Okay.
If we get somewhat close.
Then if that's what gets you guys to go back to the school, then we do that first. He'll turn to Salarka and say, if you want, we have to go find our friend.
I'll stay here and help. It'll be all right.
I'll be back as soon as I can. Stay safe.
Yes, you too.
And then he's going to turn to the kids and, in all seriousness, say, "Stay close. Let's go." And we gonna start moving in the direction that we would have to head to get out of the market and towards Miss B's, which is around the corner, not very far from the market, right?
Yeah. What is your role for this?
What's important to me is that I want Esri leading the way and Pog to be the end of this, and so I want to have intimidated with my seriousness, letting that, like, I will snatch a child over my shoulder so quick, so help me God. So
he
just
has a
for
god
the
now too.
portrayal of the seriousness of this.
If only we saw that kind of fervor in gym class. Jeez.
You're not there.
Kara
Gym
is.
class has
That's who
been
just said that.
serious. I clarified that. Gym class has been legit. 22 is that roll.
Yeah. Yes, all of the kids become very, very serious at your dad voice, and
and Pog will tell Ezri, let's get headed.
Okay. All right, bringing us next round.
Okay.
Rules
I
continue
need
to
a
be
quick-
as they are. Esri.
Quick vote. Paul,
Running
Solarka,
out of stuff.
a bunch of plants holding the rubble together, helpful or more of a problem?
That feels like it could go either
Probably
way.
help. Yes. I mean, where will the plants come from? Will they crush people? Like, what will?
Is it?
I don't know.
Is it forever? Because we have to get all of this
it's
stuff out
they just grow.
eventually.
I don't like ungrow.
Plants can be removed.
Okay. I cast plant growth. I read it. I can exclude any area I want from the radius. So basically, I'm just gonna try to limit it to the pile of rubble.
Okay.
To try just grow everything and stabilize it all. It'll make it harder terrain, although I don't know if it can be harder terrain.
Fair enough. So yeah, the native creepers and whatnot that's there suddenly just kick into overdrive and begin to wind themselves around rubble and beams and bits of the tower that are leaning over. And in a matter of seconds, the tower resembles a giant, or the wreckage around the tower resembles a giant mound of vines and bushes and other such things.
Okay. Let's go.
Awesome.
I don't.
That is so cool.
I'll roll survival again to lead us out. So are we at? We're just at doubling.
Okay. Yep.
It's trash. I will use my inspiration. It's much better. 21 total. Survival.
Okay. Yes, you're able to clear the rubble as the plants bind
And
it.
sorry, one further question. Grace, the school hangs out in Greystone. Is that where it floats?
The school is over Cross.
Oh, okay. Close. I was close. Okay.
Hmm?
Sorry. So yes,
Cool. So Ari, back where you are, you see Knights of Thrain. One of Drago's men starts to sort of push forward, and Drago catches him by the arm. No, that doesn't matter right now, and continue falling in, working on the problem. What's Ari doing?
Ari, I'm gonna revisit one of the skills that I've already rolled, persuasion, to kind of fall into a, as we've identified some of the homes and buildings that would have internal collapses, trying to organize the efforts to the places that need the most attention and would need the most able-bodied people going in there to clear wreckage, make sure that people are safe in those houses, things like that.
Awesome.
Not assuming any kind of authority or anything, just trying to direct traffic. So take my 8 points of damage. 26.
Nice.
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 Got on the white gloves, just
Yeah, you are, yes, very much able to start moving people into out of the more hazardous areas into the safer areas that you've been able to identify as you've been moving along with Drago.
and he would be checking with Drago occasionally to make sure that Ari's on the same page as what Drago is. It's Drago's part of the city, and maybe also checking with Lady Taurus at one point with her people and if they need anything or need any assistance and stuff like that. So,
Awesome. Okay. Pog.
Really hard to make a pitch if we're walking because Esri didn't cast to be able to detect her, right? Like
Yeah.
you don't have that ability. You're not sensing her yet.
Yeah.
But you know where her house is.
Yeah. So are we past enough time to have made it to there?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to use your roll to get to the house, well, no, you guys survivaled your way out, so you're in the right direction. So yeah, you are able to cross the market and down a couple of streets, and you can see the little plaza where you chased Donabella around in protecting her from dinnerware. And as soon as you're in that plaza, the organization of it breaks down. Donabella just breaks and races towards the house. You can see that the upper story of the house, where Donabella's room is, has collapsed.
Okay. Okay. As she takes off, I'm trying to see how I roll on this. My pitch is going to be that okay. This is weird because I haven't tried this, so I don't know if he's back or if we're friends. But I am going to try to ask my echo for help to restrain her where she is and swap me places so I run into the house to check, and she winds up set
Cool.
15 feet back from me.
Wait, you can
I
swap with her?
don't know if I have him, so I don't know.
You can swap
Huh?
with her?
No, that's why this is the pitch. It's not the
Oh.
normal. To then charge into the house, and in the urgency of it, with the don't think do of the moment, I would like to say that my only focus is on the survival of the people around me.
Yeah, but that's not a use of the survival skill.
I recognize that. Okay.
Really got to rename the skill.
I don't know how else to list this.
Sounds like perception.
Does it? For while I'm, you know what? I don't. For making sure, I'm just gonna have to try to pitch a double roll here so that I can pull it off athletically, because it's gonna require some
Okay.
dexterity and things in there.
Take your 8
Oof.
and make your roll.
$21.
Nice.
Okay, so the echo appears, grabs Donabella, and you swap, and you are now sprinting towards the door. And are able to rush up to the door. Behind you, you hear Donabella just scream, and the steps up to the door crack under your feet when she does.
Cool.
Shade. So you now know where everyone is or is
Right.
going.
And everyone's alive. I feel good about that.
Last you heard.
Correct.
Well, the strike force,
You
the kids.
the information I have. And
Yeah.
so Shade would like to continue building on the Vermin army. So they've been leading survivors out of places. I would like them to now also be leading like the helpers to where survivors are buried. Showing them where they are. I would happily roll animal handling again, but also she is able to participate in this because she knows her friends are safe. So I could also pitch athletics or acrobatics to get through the rubble to the survivors.
Yeah, you absolutely can. You can use one of those, sure. Since you are an active participant in this action, yeah.
18?
Okay.
Felt much better about my 25 earlier.
Yeah, so you and your vermin army begin leading rescuers into the rubble, sniffing out where there are injured people. I think probably, honestly, with the way you've described what Shade is doing, you've probably never made it out of Cross. Like, you're probably still in your neighborhood. But, yeah, there's just this bizarre image of City Watch and civilian rescuers chasing after tiny animals as they race across the ground, leading them into places where people are trapped. Esri. Pog is at the door. I will say Pog has managed to fling the door open. What is Esri going to do?
Esri is going to... I want to do several things. So hold on, let me see if I can...
Ain't it the way? Oh, Donabelle is fighting
Right.
Pog's Echo.
Well, I want to deal with that. Why can't I find my spells?
I don't-
Okay. I really want to save that spell slot. I'm going to walk up to the Echo. And I'm using what I learned. I'm just going to backhand the Echo. So like to make an unarmed strike against it.
Okay. Sure.
Why would you not
Sure.
talk to
Make an
him?
unarmed strike. With
Okay.
I will say with advantage. You're coming up behind it
Okay,
while
does
it's trying
this
to
cause
restrain a
me-
little girl.
To push.
Yeah, this.
Well,
can be
because I
your-
want
your
another
roll.
skill roll, but we'll get to that. Well, that's a complete waste of a natural 20. And advantage. So
Critted. Critted your backhand.
I double my damage, I think, with the crit on an unarmed strike. So 2. That's 2
Yep.
damage.
Which is
That
sufficient.
doesn't matter.
And then
The echo vanishes. Donabella breaks free and goes running
I
forward.
wanted to try to like...
Why?
It's fine. That's fine. If she's already running,
Okay.
let's...
However, you rolled a natural 20. So, would you like to pitch me something beneficial or someone beneficial or whatever that enters the scene at this point, having that will help with this?
Sure. I'd like Mrs. Brightdoom to run out the front door. Is that a thing I'm allowed to do?
Come on. Can't just say I
Okay.
win.
Oh, I mean-
She's not going to land.
boy, that man, I just don't know what would be beneficial other than that here. What do the other kids do?
The other
Yeah,
players
if
may
anyone can help
suggest
me, I'm a little.
they've got.
I mean, does it have to be in my situation, or can it be anywhere?
It could be anywhere. You could just declare something about the scene at large.
You
That's
could
fine.
say the fire elemental flies away. There is a fire monster that I have failed to tell anyone about until just now.
Or is heroically defeated by Koa.
That's true. Well, I hope he's okay.
Well, no, he doesn't have his weapon, does he?
Nobody does.
Well, somebody does.
He's been without it for a long time. He's okay.
Beneficial. My baby is not actually hungry at this point. That would be beneficial.
Good pitch.
Vermin
We're
army
almost there.
shows up.
But
Hang in
let's
there, buddy.
say the
We're
house
almost there.
doesn't collapse any further.
Okay.
That's-
Sure. You can declare the stability of the lower
that's-
floor of the house.
Except for the part that's collapsing on me already.
No, that's a good.
That is. A lot of dude running in there.
Cool. Ari.
What's any big changes in Grindstone?
You've probably been here. We're probably in a sort of Christopher Nolan-esque asymmetrical timeline here, where you've
Yeah.
probably been in Grindstone a while at this point, and things are pretty organized here. I mean, it's not good, but
Okay.
the chaos has been kind of nullified by your actions and the actions of the Swords of Karn and the Knights of Thrain.
Okay, well then, Ari would hop on his communicator and reach out to Thora and say, like, basically, Thora, I heard that you're out in the city. Where are you at?
Where are you at? Where are you at?
I mean, Cross.
How are things there? Do you need help?
Help would be good. There's a lot of people still trapped. There's the watch is here to a certain degree, but
Ari's going to... I'll see what I can do. Okay, Philip, if I use a skill for a third time, is it 12 or is it still just 8 for a repeat skill?
it's definitely 12.
Okay. Ari is going to make eyes at Drago and Taurus. Not
Give them the
What a
smolder.
time. What a time. Focus up, Ari.
I would like to make a persuasion check to convince the two of them that there are people in my part of the city that are still trapped and need help. Can you please send some people with me to go help my district? And then,
Ooh.
yeah.
Ooh,
So-
I love the declaration
roll.
of my district. This is really going to progress things here.
12 damage. I'm bloodied, y'all.
Guys, I really need...
Oh no!
And you have to
Oh,
push
no.
your push.
Okay, hold on.
Bruh.
So that'd be 16. Wait, yeah, because we're not doing Fibonacci.
Right.
I used my inspiration because Philip would like give me inspiration on top of inspiration, so I stopped holding on to it, and now I'm on a dry spell where I'm not earning inspiration from the man anymore. Yeah, I'm gonna push that. I literally
16.
cannot push any longer. Yep. Oh, got me one extra point. Buh.
You
Yeah,
rolled
16.
your damage.
If anybody else has inspiration they're willing to part with, you do have that option. But I'm just saying.
I tell you what. Define a complication that comes with their agreement.
I think in the kind of Ari has nerves about making this ask. He knows what he's doing. And so Ari, when he gets that way, tends to use 5 words when one will do. And so he inadvertently implies it, rather than leveraging the work that he just did to help them, he kind of implies a level of reciprocity. If they do this, then Ari will owe them, kind of thing, which he is obviously not cleared with Thora. So, yeah, like
Okay.
he implies that he and his district will owe them for this help.
Okay. So Drago listens, looks around at the situation, nods, and he points over to one of his lieutenants and says, "Take your squad. You're with him."
Thank you.
So a troop of about 5 swords of Karn follow you as you start to make your way towards Cross.
No Knights of Thrain.
Yeah, a couple of Knights of Thrain.
Okay.
One of the Knights of Thrain clerics.
Okay.
Starts running along behind.
Thank you. And Ari takes off towards Cross.
Okay. Pog.
You said that the stairs were crashing beneath me. Am I falling of
Just
some sort?
cracked.
Okay, just cracking.
No, just like there's just a crack running down them. Yeah. You've got the door open. Inside, you can see the room is in all manner of disarray. The task obviously is find Mrs. Brightdoom. So how do you want to do that?
Well, I'm going to obviously call out, walk into the room, and hurry into the room because I heard Donabella, and call out for her and begin scanning. And the upstairs you said has already crashed in, so the first floor is all I have to work with.
Yep.
So I guess I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna double roll, and I'm gonna say that I'm gonna investigate the room to try to find her. It's my second time using that, so 8 here.
All right.
And I'm gonna use my inspiration. Well,
Push
yeah,
it.
I'm gonna push it. I'm not gonna roll a nat 1. I just know this is gonna hurt.
The house was
Yeah,
falling.
it would undo his nat. Third time's the charm, right? 17.
Mm-hmm.
17 times better than my last roll, so.
You you find Arabella. She is under the table, and a beam from the upper floor has crashed down and broken the table, and she is lying underneath, pinned under the wreckage, and apparently unconscious.
Okay.
But you find her.
I
Shade, what are you
am just continuing to help in Cross uncover the rubble and search out the survivors. I would like to roll athletics for that.
Okay. You rolled athletics yet?
I have not. Oh! It was on the edge of the 20 and then it tilted to the 2. So I'm going to push that.
Count it as a
no,
20.
I'm going to spend
Yeah,
the
that makes
inspiration
sense.
that I just got.
You refuse to
There
give
you
it to
go.
Ari. You might as well use it.
No, that was not.
I did. I did.
Oh,
I knew I was going to double roll.
it was worse. I rolled a 2 and then I rolled a 1.
Law of averages.
I'm gonna push that.
All right. Take 12. Oh, wait, no. 8. That was your first push. Sorry.
Okay. I was like, okay. Cool. We'll see if it's cool or not. 16?
Okay. So 16.
The rats get tired.
What a mediocre roll.
So that's not successful. So either you can take the failure. I mean, you could push again. Or you can negate the failure by introducing some sort of complication, as I had already do, because you're right on the edge of you're right on the threshold.
Glory.
I think I'm gonna push again.
Okay. Now take 12.
Can't be bad 4 times in a row, right?
Why would you say things like that?
I mean, you're married
how
to him.
dice
I feel like you should have gotten used to it by this point.
You gonna do it?
22.
Nice.
All
Nice.
right.
Hey.
And it only took
24. 24 hit points to
14.
get that. No regrets.
Awesome. So yes, you are you are helping to clear people from the rubble. Somehow, in the midst of this, people are now like running up to you to get more, directions from your animal friends. And as you clear some of the rubble coming out, you hear behind you, Shade, is Donabella okay? And turning around, you see Cadric and the Rubble Warren gang at the base of the
what's up,
pile of
guys?
wreckage that you're standing on. Is Donabella okay?
I will find out. And I push my communicator and contact. Are y'all still with Donabella? Is she all right?
I'm assuming my arms aren't lifting a table yet.
Sure.
She is, but she's mad. I'm getting Mrs. B, and that's it.
Yep, she's fine.
Okay, good. Do you have any quests for us?
Relentless.
Yes. If you can find a safe way out of this rubble and up those stairs, you get credit for a quest.
And then what do we do? Like, carry people up there, or
Well,
is
wait.
there a monster at the top?
You can show people the way up there and then stay there with them and help them there.
Protect them.
Yes. Yes.
That staircase over there with the roots wrapped around it.
Yep.
That one? Yeah. That's new information to you.
Okay.
by the way. You look up and you see that the building
Oh, no.
that is your staircase is leaning very slightly drunkenly.
Oh goodness.
And that a whole bunch of roots have burst out of the floating island and wrapped themselves around it and are holding it securely against the bit of
Good,
floating
normal
earth.
brown and green roots.
They're just
or
they are brown and green
blue.
roots.
Okay.
Okay. So I just sent
I rolled a saving throw for her.
kids to a crumbling staircase. Awesome.
It's not crumbling. It's being held together very effectively by a whole bunch of really aggressive roots.
Excellent. Cool.
So yes, they turn and start rushing off. As they're starting to turn, Ilya stops and turns back and says, "You are in control of these rats.
Yes. Well, I've asked them nicely.
You send one to my... You tell one of them to go tell my parents that you are all right so that I don't have to run back and tell them."
Yes, absolutely. And they're okay?
Yes. There's not very much to fall on you on the edge of the
I
hill.
know. They're so smart.
The tents of Rushime, the healers there, are helping injured people if you need to have a place to send.
Thank you. I will send the rats to let them know.
Right. And then Ilya turns and runs off after the others. Esri, you burst into the room, you find Pog heaving a table up, and Mrs. Brightdoom is under the table. No longer pinned because Pog is big and strong.
He's so strong.
What's Donabella doing?
Yeah, Donabella bursts in and is like, she's... Pog's got his arms full and so is not able to restrain her from doing the obvious foolish thing, and she's dived under the table. And so Pog is holding up the table and a beam that is likewise supporting a good bit of the upper floor of the house. And so Pog is very, Atlas right now, with Donabella crouched over her mom, trying to shake her awake. You do hear Arabella groan as Donabella turns her over.
All right. Let's do a quick healing word on Arabella.
Okay. Several broken bones mend.
And I will, at the same time, say to Donabella, it would be far more helpful if you were calm. 8 hit points to Arabella.
Okay.
Sorry, do I need to take damage for that?
No. If there's a roll you'd like to make, otherwise you can just get Mrs. Brightdoom
Yeah.
out of here. You don't have to necessarily make a roll for that, I don't think, because...
Okay. Yeah, I mean, my hope was that healing her would enable her to move herself.
Yeah. Yeah, she is ambulatory, but probably has a concussion, so it's... So yes, Arabella staggers out of the house, and presumably Pog
Yep.
follows.
Carefully setting it down, not
and
dropping
because
anything.
And because RA rolled a natural 20, Pog does not have to deal with the house collapsing when he lets go.
Thanks,
and,
buddy.
Superhero
You're
dive out
welcome.
of the house.
Hey.
There's no action movie sequence.
I would also like to say, we need to meet up with the others. I do not like us being split up during this.
First, we need to take them back. No one will be happy that the kids are still out here. They need to go back first. And I'll touch the communicator and tell the others, we have Mrs. B. She's hurt but safe. We're taking the kids back to the school.
Back to the school. Oh, no, that's the wrong voice. Back to the school?
I didn't do this. Why is everybody yelling at me about, and in the mid-sentence, let go of the communicator?
The Rebel Warren game is waiting for them.
Okay.
Great. I got help coming to Cross to help with people in need. So be there shortly.
They're all headed back there anyway. We go. Can you walk? And he turns to Miss
All
B.
right. Slowly.
Can I carry you?
Yes, I think so.
I can do that quicker.
Yes, it seems foolish.
As soon as she says yes, Pog snatches her up and says, "We go now."
And so all of your paths converge back towards Cross, and we will leave this episode there.
Good job, y'all.
Yay!
The successful rescue
Good
of
job,
Mrs.
y'all.
Brightoon.
Mission accomplished.
I would say you guys made a lot of rolls, and you succeeded on
Wait, real
21 out of
quick.
24.
Hey, all right.
How many hit points is everyone
Three
down?
failed rolls
And
in the entire skill challenge.
Okay.
I'm down 42
42
I'm
hit
at 12
points.
out of 60.
Okay, hold on, that's 90. How many?
32.
122 plus my 24. 146 hit points were spent without any combat.
I don't know if we've had a combat encounter that bloody. Jeez.
I don't know what the CR of this skill challenge is. Somebody with more design chops for this system, tell me what CR trap or puzzle that was. Yeah, I'm glad. It was a very much skill challenges are old, but this was my experimental twist on the skill challenge. So hope that was fun to watch. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Down below, you'll find links to all of our social media, as well as to Colin's Twitch, where he is Sorry BTR. The O in that is 0. New episodes of Khyber Shards every Monday. New Khyber Shards answers every Friday. And until next time, thanks for rolling with us.